welcome everyone to Life Captured episode 58. Today I want to talk about prioritizing what's important in your own personal life. So this week I came down with a cold and my house fell in complete disarray. And there were tissues and water bottles lying everywhere, and there was at least a week's worth of dishes on the counter. But I didn't feel so bad about it because I reprioritized things. Sometimes if I'm sick or if I have a really busy work week or there's a lot going on, if my house gets cleaned once a week, I'm fine, I'm happy, and that's all right. And I don't feel bad about my house not getting cleaned more often. And it's really quite terrible, and I know some people will probably not be okay with that. And that's why I'm talking about prioritizing for your own life. Your priorities are going to be different from someone else's. So learn to be okay with what works with your schedule. So sometimes you may be prioritizing work or church events or other obligations. Sometimes your priority may be kids, husband, or housework. For me, housework has fallen dangerously low on the list of my priorities, which may be a little bit awful, but that's kind of how it is. You have to learn what works for you, and it may not be what works for someone else, but that's fine. So just learn to be okay with it, just because someone else focuses on that and you don't, that's fine. It's not a problem, everything gets done at one point or another, and there's always catch up. But we live in a world that is so chaotic. There is so much going on, and more than likely, you have a lot going on in your life, and you've probably overcommitted as well. And that can keep a person on their feet for quite a while. And I just want to emphasize the fact that it's okay. Just step back, just breathe. It's fine. Those dishes aren't going anywhere. That project, unless it has a deadline, also not going anywhere. Just relax a little bit. Give yourself some leeway and focus on what is highest on your priority list. Everything else, it can sit. Some things may have a deadline. Some things you may be on a time clock for, but don't stress yourself too much about those things. Also, don't concern yourself too much about other people's judgment, because more than likely there's going to be somebody who will come in and will speak critically about what you prioritize and what you're putting first. But ultimately, it's not their life and not their decision, and they're not the ones dealing with everything that you are dealing with. So ultimately, you kind of have to shut that out. There's a time to take certain things into consideration and to take merit from what some people say, especially if they're your close friends and you can trust their advice on things. But even then, you really have to realize that what you are prioritizing is what's working best for you, and what they're prioritizing is working best for them, and just leave it at that. So for now, keep your chin up. I love you. God loves you. Have a great week and God bless.